So because of the help of these next guests, more than 1,000 used needles are cleaned up from the streets of Holyoke, and you can help them out. Raul, Matta, and Amy Wilson are here to tell us about a community cleanup and an upcoming health fair. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
So first, tell us about your organization, SEPA.
SEPA is a HIV prevention program that works through the Holyoke Health Center to provide HIV prevention to high-risk people in Holyoke. And we do a lot of outreach, and we go to places where people are injecting drugs, and we recover syringes, as well as just increasing awareness with the general population.
Why is it so important that we increase that awareness?
HIV has become a chronic illness instead of a terminal disease, and so a lot of people have sort of moved away from looking at something that's severe and something that's really important to be talking about. And even though that transition has happened, it's still affecting a lot of people. People are living longer with HIV, and so there are much more needs that the community has for us to be talking about it and making sure people understand sort of the nuances of having HIV and living with it and supporting people.
Now, Amy, as a nurse, it must be so important for you to see less and less people coming in with disease. But in your mind, why is it so important that we teach prevention?
Well, it's important that as nurses we provide access to all community members, especially those that are at higher risk for
all these diseases.
Yep, for serious illnesses or chronic diseases. So it's great to work with an organization like SEPA and provide that access to this health information for those clients.
And everyone out there can work with organizations like SEPA. You have a few upcoming events. Tell us about the first one.
All right. April 23rd, we're going to be doing a community cleanup event at the Carlos Vega Park in South Holyoke. It's on Hamilton Street and Roberto Clemente Street. We're going to be getting together with the South Holyoke Safe Neighborhood Initiative, which is a collective of community members, business owners, the Sheriff's Department, and a bunch of great folks that have been working for a while on this particular part of Holyoke. And we're going to clean the park up from 10:30 to 12. And then we're going to be getting together the following day for the next event. And that's going to be the 24th, and that event is going to be at the Rohan Park, which was also actually known as Needle Park in the past because of the amount of syringes that were found in that area and the amount of drug use and dealing and syringes left behind.
You were telling me a really neat story about that park. Last year you picked up those 1,000 syringes, and this year when you went back you found something pretty unique.
Well, this year, or last year, in the beginning of the year, we did the Carlos Vega cleanup, and we found 216 syringes in one day. We did a bunch of cleanups throughout the year, and then when we returned back to the park in September, we only found 6, and we actually had to go and find them. Like, we had to look under trash cans, we had to look in places. The previous time, they were everywhere, and we sort of couldn't walk without bumping into them.
Well, I guess that's proof positive that the work that you're doing really is helping, not only physically cleaning everything up, but really cleaning up everyone's mind and teaching them that it's easy to stay off drugs.
We hope so. Not easy, but
it's not easy, but
work.
With help and you know, with all the education, it's a little bit easier.
And that the resources are out there.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank the two of you for coming on the show today. It's a pleasure chatting with you.
Thank
and
you.
to volunteer at this event, you can call 413-536-8721. And now